mas may importance sila sa pag-pick off ng mga individual tao. Especially the marksmen, the mages na kailangan ma-shut down kagad in the early game.
Kasi pati mapapansin mo, Minotaur ngayon, bukod sa nerf ng additional timer sa kanyang No One's Fury, other than that, iba na yung playstyle ng Minotaur ngayon eh. He's more of a very tanky. You will try to tank up yourself and also tank up all of the damage. Mas mabilis ka makakakuha ng rage. And then, it will also provide information for the rest of your team kung ilan yung taong nandun sa kalaban and how they will approach it. Kasi hindi na siya ganun ka, well, we've seen a flicker type into Minowan's Fury because then again, with that nerf, it is still possible, pero mas maganda na rin na ikaw yung mag-tank up. Absorb the damage, again, bait your enemy to use their ultimates to you, at then mag-i-engage in the rest of the team. Pero tingin ko mas maraming effective tanks ngayon, for sure. Sabi mo nga kanina, Grok, again, when it comes to team fight, Wild Charge, also the Guardian's Barrier will provide them a lot of momentum, and also the mechanics na pwede mong i-block yung path, since I do agree na most of the clashes or most of the skirmishes will happen within the jungle area.
And speaking of jungle area, hindi natin makikita si Grok or si Kufra sa jungle ng kalaban natin. Because we are seeing a Lunox and the Kufra being banned on the side of Imperial Wizards, and Bosson Bliss opting to ban out the Grok and the Harris. The first pick on the side of Imperial Wizards is going to be the Cho, and a Leomord and a Kaja being picked up on Bosson Bliss Esports. Paano magre-react yung Imperial Wizards dito sa second round of picks natin?
Okay, yeah. Picking up the Kaja in their favor and also Leomord, it means that they're able to secure their first initiation with the Kaja's Divine Judgment and also the farming potential of this Leomord. We've seen a lot of Leomord plays recently. At tingin ko, Leomord kasi is one of the finishers, best finishers throughout the game. Pagka-use niya ng Phantom Steed, it's already go time. Pop mo lang yung sprint mo, you're able to dish out a lot of physical damage using the Oathkeeper. Again, the Oathkeeper, 30% HP. It will always guarantee a crit within an AoE range. So again, the amount of damage that this composition, the first two compositions of Bosson Bliss, is already strong when it comes to the early game. Sa side naman ng Imperial Wizards, again, we've seen the same mechanic. The Way of the Dragon, the Way of the Dragon ng Cho is almost the same with the Divine Judgment of Kaja. The thing is, it is much more mobile, and also do you have the knock-up potential. Since may naka-potential na, wala yung Kufra, wala rin yung Grok, there's a very limited way for them to stop the blazing duet of Claude. And again, Cho is also there for them to separate and also pick up all the necessary core heroes, or even the Kaja, if Kaja didn't mind his positioning.
And what I'm seeing here is a carry being banned out on the side of Imperial Wizards, which means that yung only viable marksman na pwedeng piliin ng Bosson Bliss dito is a Granger, to be completely honest. If push comes to shove, pwede rin sila maghanap. I mean, Kimmy is also open. Pwede rin ma-pick up ng Bosson Bliss dito. But then Akai being picked up is sort of rounding up the roster kung meron yung Bosson Bliss dito. And Amiya,
Nahinogal na. Meron na silang Claude eh. Pero, okay, they're trying to hover on the Fanny. I guess Fanny is quite risky since meron silang Kaja. Parang ka lang humuli niyan sa ere ng Aegis sa tinali mo. Parang sobrang hirap niya. It's quite risky, but they're trying to transition into a Selena pick since they lack the mage and also a good control when it comes to the brushes on the side of Imperial Wizards. But they need to capitalize. They need to abuse the brush mechanic in their favor since they've also picked up the Gwen, which is also will favor on the side of Imperial Wizards.
And the Fanny is going to be locked in by Bosson Bliss Esports.
Let's see kung magiging effective nga ba ang Fanny pick ng Bosson Bliss dito. I think it is okay since again, they have the initiation, they have the aggression that they currently have with this dual combination, the Kaja and also the Gushin, is enough. So again, one of their finishers, they have two finishers right now for Bosson Bliss Esports, and also have a very good reliable tank with the Akka, yung pushback factor ng Hurricane Dance.
And gonna be looking at the draft here. I'm gonna ask for your predictions here. How will Game 1 look? Sino yung makakuha ng Game number 1?
Well, ako kasi fan ako ng Gushin Kaja combination. Early game, napakalakas niya. Since ang struggles lang naman ng Gushin is you need to hit your sword spike. Yung first skill niya. perfectly for you to initiate and for you to burst out an enemy hero. With the Divine Judgment setup from Kaja, it is easier. I-stable niya lang sa isang magandang pwesto and Gushin will do its job. Pero isa pa doon, yung Fanny pick-up ng Bossons dito, ibang klase. I think you will not pick that Fanny up if you're not confident with that with your draft. So I guess they have the opportunity, they have the early power spike with that pick-up, with that Gushin and also the Kaja. It comes along, it will boils down to the initiation and how they will control the aggression for early game.
And I think malalaman natin kung tama yung prediction mo na fan ka nga sa Boston Bliss dahil dun sa lineup nila. Kasi papasok agad tayo sa game number 1 natin dito sa Thunder Esports Tour. And of course, this is game number 1 of our Mobile Legends Bang Bang semifinals in CDO, brought to you by MET Events, the largest esports organizer in Southeast Asia.
And Thunder Super Soda, soda that is powered by caffeine and brought to you by the Coca-Cola Company. And ladies and gentlemen, this is game 1 of our second series, Imperial Wizards versus Boston's Bliss Esports. Let's go ahead and introduce our players from the blue side. Centix para sa kanyang Cho, Burning sa kanyang Claude, RTZ sa kanyang Minotaur, Wargats naman sa Gwen, and Kane for the Selena.
Boston's Bliss naman, we got Marco on that Akai, Gem on that Leomord, Nikes on that Gush and Gina on that Kaja, and Josh on that Fanny. Medyo matagal na natin hindi nakikita yung Fanny sa professional scene.
Season 1 pa yan eh.
Season 1 pa yan. Season 1 napaka-viable gamitin ng Fanny. Ngayon, medyo nag-lesson na. Pero they do have the Kaja on their side, so they don't have to worry about being Divine Judgment out of oblivion.
Yun, oo. Pati ang magiging problema dito, open na open, goods na goods yung Fanny because, again, you only need to keep an eye on the magic thump of Gwen for you to engage properly, but you don't have any lockdown. Nakuha mo na, na-secure mo na yung Divine Judgment. So, ano ba mga tumitigil sa Fanny? Eudora, yung stun nila, yung mga reliable stun na pwede mo siyang hulihin on air. But I guess they're really confident with this. They already have the Divine Judgment. They have enough lockdowns and also the Hurricane Dance. Once na may mahuli silang isa within the wall or kahit dalawa man lang sa side ng Boston's Esports, it should be enough for them to burst out. Alam naman natin yung potential kill ng Fanny dito is napakalaki, especially if Fanny will take advantage of the wall mechanic.
Yeah, and Fanny really needs to go online here kasi in recent history, parang pag may Fanny ka na nakalaban, madali na lang siya ma-shutdown na hindi siya masyado mag-snowball kumpara nung season 1 pala ng Mobile Legends.
Yeah.
Dati na yung Fanny, pag yung maganda yung cable management niya, talaga makakabura siya ng kahit sino may kwento niya. Kahit si Grak, kahit kaano pa.
Lusaw talaga.
Kaya, kailangan talaga mag-online yung Fanny. Yun yung number 1 na kailangan ma-kontra.
Indeed.
Imperial Wizards.
I agree. And also on the other end naman, para makontrol nila yung Fanny, kailangan mo silang agawan ng blue. Every single time na mag-up yung blue ng kalaban, you need to invade their jungle. You have the capability to do so. Again, well, andun lahat ng factor. Kailangan mo lang talagang i-control yung momentum ng Fanny. Give every, parang ano lang, kailangan mag-focus fire rather sa ganung klaseng mindset. Because kapag yung Fanny nakakuha ng Bloodlust Axe, Heptasis rather into a BOD, malulusaw kahit mga tanks dito ng other side. So again, you need to play carefully, know your power spikes really well, and also give the opportunity for your core heroes to farm. Kasi magiging priority dito ng Fanny is always get your core hero.
Always get your core hero, pero we are gonna dive straight back into the game here of game number 1 in the Thunder Esports Tour, brought to you by Thunder Super Soda, Imperial Wizards versus Boston Bliss Esports. Pero may gusto ko malaman dito sa mga fans natin dito sa SMCT CDO Uptown. Sino sa tingin nyo mananalo? Imperial Wizards ba o Boston Bliss Esports?
Yun, sabi ko, tingin ko, it's all about the initiation. It's about how they will engage it. But let's see. Tingin mo ba, Kuya Nomad? I will ask the question to you right now. Imperial Wizards, with this proper setup, enough ba yung Gwen and Selena? Kasi medyo mahirap patamain yung Abyssal Arrow, especially if into a moving target. And the moving target, Fanny, alam mo naman, parang cable management, sabi mo nga kanina, ang hirap talaga eh. Ang hirap na mabulin eh. And also, you need to rely on the magic thump na pwede mo siyang hulihin. So, do you think, will it be enough though?
Kung early game pa lang kaya ma-shutdown ng Selena or kahit sino, kung kaya na nila ma-shutdown yung Fanny, pwedeng mag-online yung Selena, pwedeng mag-online yung Gwen na kaya nilang burahin si Fanny. Pero kailangan nga nila ma-shutdown si Fanny. Yun yung nakikita ko dito eh. I mean, we're not discounting the fact na meron pa sila mga ibang roster dito na may ibang lineup pa sila na pwedeng maging effective sa laban. Pero Selena, kailangan niya i-make sure na may trap siya set across the map. Especially considering the fact na si Fanny nasa bot lane, papuntang top lane, less than 10 seconds, mabilisan na yun. Kailangan niya ng traps para makita niyo yung vision kung paano sila mag-rotate, paano mag-rotate yung kalaban nila.
Indeed, pati speaking about rotation sa mga kaibigan, nakita natin kanina after taking the blue buff on the side of Fanny, he went to the gold coin. Saktong-sakto agad yun. He can use that blue for him to spam the cables and also secure the gold coin. Once na-secure niya yung gold coin, it will be easier for him to rotate alongside. He will use the duration para mag-rotate and also apply pressure in a different lane.
Pero, question ko dito, since meron na tayong maraming item change-ups dito, how do you think will Fanny be building up this game?
I guess rely on the standard build-up. Again, yung enough, yung itemization niya into Bloodlust as Heptaseas. Again, you need to melt the priority heroes. And again, one of the best ways for them to melt it out is gather. Gain a lot of offensive items, BOD, again sabi natin kanina, and also the Bloodlust has. At ito na nga mga kaibigan, magbabalik tayo sa ating second game, Imperial Wizards versus...
Medyo mainit-init yung bot side natin dito, and that's gonna be the first blood being secured by Nikes, taking out Wargods pa on that Guinevere, so that's immediately going to be a problem for Imperial Wizards. You don't want Guinevere to be shut down in the early game kasi kailangan niya mag-farm, kailangan niya makakuha ng gamit.
Turtle resurrecting soon.
At ang ganda rin ng pagkakakat dito ng Bosson's Bliss Esports, because again, once you've cut the lane, it will give you two things. Again, early rotation, and you're also forcing your core or the opposite core hero to stay on the lane para mag-clear ng creep wave. And because of that, you're able to clear and also take the turtle on their side.
Retreat.
I like how Bosson Bliss Esports were able to just secure objectives as soon as the opportunity arises kasi napakalaking halaga na added AXP sa gold bonus sa turtle.
Yeah.
Plus the damage being given to Fanny, if they're gonna be able to secure another kill here, they could take down the turret.
Talking about taking down turrets, mapakaganda magic thump, but the Hurricane Dance will cancel the magic thump itself at wala pa siyang gaano opportunity for them to use the Violet Requiem. But ang ganda ng engagement. They saw that they have the capability to disengage just in case na mag-aggressive playstyle yung Imperial Wizards or yung Boston's Bliss Esports as well.
Ito dito si RTZ, medyo hindi pa siya level 4 dito, so his Minoan Fury is not going to be a primary factor. On the flip side, looking at how Boston's Bliss Esports is playing right now, sobrang lamang sila in terms of level, sobrang lamang sila in terms of net worth natin dito. 2,000 net worth lead here, and RTZ is kind of struggling in this game.
And talking about this, you just need to get your level 4, especially for the tanks, before you can join out fights. Kasi again, you need to think about how you can control this composition. And they also have a lot of ways for them to cancel the Minoan Fury. Again, Hurricane Dance, pag tumama yan. But also the top lane, a lot of aggression here. Cutthroat para sa Josh, para kay Fanny. Again, pag tinamaan ka ng 2 beses sa kanyang cable, should be enough for them to maximize the damage from the Cutthroat.
RTZ kind of completely charged up, but the HP is kind of low. Flicker's going to be expended. There goes the Blazing Duet being committed there on the mid lane, but nobody's going to be in that receiving end of the Blazing Duet. It's going to be a problem for Imperial Wizards who will come back here. We're already in the 4-minute mark in the game. Papasok na tayo sa mid-game at hirap na yung Imperial Wizards.
Yeah, looking at na nahihirapan yata sila because looking at the net worth, mga kaibigan, almost 3K net worth lead, around 4 minutes. At syempre, you just need to apply a little bit more pressure and don't give any opportunity for Imperial Wizards to pick off any core heroes. Siguro mga tanks okay lang, but enough ba yun para for them to control or at least maintain this kind of momentum for Bosson's Bliss?
Over to the bot lane though, medyo mainit yung Draven sa bot lane.
Yeah.
Hurricane Dance is going to be forced out there. That is going to be a disengage by Boston's Bliss Esports. Instead, they're going to opt to go for objectives. And RTZ is going to be... grabe naman yung Fanny natin dyan. Over to the bottom lane though. This is going to be a fight for the turtle. The turtle is going to be secured by Boston's Bliss Esports. But there goes the Minoan Fury securing 2 kills for War Gods. And that's going to be Knights going to have to run away. But that is a 2-for-3 trade in favor of Boston Bliss Esports. And the gold lead is just way too much to handle for Imperial Wizards.
Indeed, as you can see, ang ganda ng opening nila with the Minoan's Fury. But unfortunately, the Violet Requiem, also yung Violet Requiem, maganda rin naman, 2 kaagad. But they did not anticipate or did not expect this kind of burst damage from Nikes on his Gushin. Again, he already went for a Calamity Reaper, so he can use, again, the cooldown of Calamity Reaper is always 1.5. So enough na yun for him to use the Dagger Specialist in his favor, getting that additional punch on his physical attack. At medyo nahihirapan ang Imperial Wizards ngayon since, again, you need to think about two things. Kailan papasok yung Fanny at kailan papasok yung Gushin.
And the only way for you to be able to find out kung saan manggagaling yung Fanny is if you have vision or if you have a good sense as to how they're rotating. As far as we can tell, kung paano mag-rotate yung Bosson's Bliss dito, hindi ma-figure out ng Imperial Wizards. Kasi si Fanny, kahit anong angulo natin sabihin, pwede mo siya makita kung saan-saan. There goes the Middle Fury being committed, pero no follow-throughs here on the side of Imperial Wizards. But the HP's dropping low on the side of Imperial Wizards. Grabe naman si paring Fanny dun.
3-4-0 exchange mga kaibigan. At talagang ang ganda ng pagkakasetup doon. Alam nila na si RTZ is, once he popped up his ultimate, his Minoan Fury, nasa ng damage. You need to rely on the damage. But unfortunately, Naix and also Fanny got separated, applying a lot of damage from both sides. So it's really difficult for Imperial Wizards to focus on one single target.
Dahil nakasecure ng kills yung Bosson Bliss dito, they are going to secure the turrets. Secure objectives as you secure kills. That's one of the best ways for you to come back or well, to secure the game. Kasi habang down yung mga kalaban mo, free turrets yan.
Oo.
Hintayin mo lang mag-push out yung mga minions.
And as you can see, lumalamang with terms to objectives ang Bosson's Bliss Esports. And after getting a kill, they will transition into the turtle.
Yeah, just secure objectives. But they're gonna try to go for a steal here, but the Wizards not gonna be able to secure as much. But Fanny dwindling down the HP of RTZ down to a 10th.
At isipin mo, 2 o 3 cables lang yung tumama doon. Nice knock-up Hurricane Dance will also be committed, but at least that's the best way for them to repel any kind of engagement for Imperial Wizards since they're not ready. Josh, medyo na-spent niya yung kanyang rage, or yung meter rather, with that kind of initiation earlier from Kane. But as you can see, 2 cables lang yun, almost 50% HP kaagad ang nabawasan para sa Celine.
Burning is gonna go down by the hands of Gushin and Kaja over in the bottom lane. Medyo late yung pick-up ni Burning doon, to be completely honest. He's not in a good standing. 0-3-0 din siya. Siya yung marksman, sa kanya nakasalalay. Yung primary damage, and he's not online at all 7 minutes into the game.
Indeed. Kasi meron tayong paniniwala na kailangan pag around 8 minutes 30 seconds, meron ka ng golden staff into a Demon Hunter sword. Well, it's still not far, but looking at the power spikes, you really need to get it as soon as possible. Prevent yourself from getting killed. It will also repel Bosson's Bliss Esports to take down all of your turrets.
Oh, there goes the Minoan Fury, but I don't think that's going to be enough because Fanny's going to be here to back up his team. That is a 2-for-2 trade over to the mid lane. John's going to try to go for another kill here. There goes the Blazing Duet, pero nabura ka agad si Claude.
Ang sakit. Since, as you can see, the difference between the itemization, 8 minutes without the golden staff. And also, you need to make sure that you always have 10 stacks of Art of Thievery before you hit that button for the Blazing Duet. Because you need to amplify your damage. You need to make sure that once you use the Blazing Duet, meron agad masisecure kahit isang kill. But unfortunately, the burst potential of Fanny is way too high. Dalawang damage na, 2 stacks lang ng kanyang cable into a cutthroat. Plus, again, rotation na naman. Well, Claude will have a very difficult time playing this game right here.
And grabe talaga yung Fanny natin dito. 6-0-2.
Wow.
No sweat whatsoever. Gem 1-0-1 on that Leomord. 4-0-6 on that Gushin.
Yeah, as you can see, wala pang patay ang mga 4 heroes ng Bosson's Bliss Esports. And syempre mga kaibigan, looking at the items here, para sa mga nanonood, syempre, hindi natin pwedeng sabihin yung mga items na. Tignan nyo na lang sa ating lower part corner since the players is also here playing live. Pero Imperial Wizards, again, it's not done yet. Hindi pa sila late for them to take down for them to take down, sabi nga ni Direct, syempre pwede natin sabihin, with the itemization from Bosson's Bliss Esports, they have all the things, or all the items that they need with nice initiation here, catching the right target, Burning also there.
That is going to be bad for Imperial Wizards. Claude not there to be able to dish out a lot of AoE damage pag nag-Blazing Duet na.
Yeah.
They have to back off. They need to regroup and they need to make sure that Burning goes online. Yun lang yung number 1 thing kailangan nila gawin. Kasi at this point in the game, di nila kaya may pagsuntukan dito head-on. Kailangan nila mag-secure the objectives. Pero at the same time and again, rotation na talaga yung nagdidikta ng laro dito At yung Bosson's Bliss, sila nagdidikta ng laro para sa Imperial Wizards.
That's true. And again, once you control the game, you will dictate how Imperial Wizards will play out or how they will position. It will be easier for you to read the enemy's mind. Muntik pa yata siyang tamaan doon ng 1,000 pounder. Exactly, perfectly placed PMI inside the tier 3 turret So again, as you can see, the reactions of Imperial Wizards here, they're still on the play. They just need to find an opening for them to take down, also catch Fanny every single time. Kaso wala talaga silang lockout eh. Wala silang, they need to heavily rely on the Magic Thumb to cancel and also catch the Fanny. But again, once na knock up mo siya, you need to burst it instantly because he can always use his cables every single time after ng isang ultimate.
And that is going to be the primary thing that Imperial Wizards need to do. Kung makuhuli nila yung Fanny, doon lang sila pwede makipaglaban. Or at least pag -1 yung Bosson Bliss. But that's not gonna happen because Knight's gonna be able to secure another kill. There goes a Hurricane that's being committed defensively to push. Pinush pa talaga nila si Minotaur palabas ang laban. And that's gonna be another one down. That's actually gonna be a shutdown, so that's gonna work for them. But Gina's gonna try to go for it. In my judgment, nothing's gonna matter here because that's gonna be 2 turrets down. That's gonna be game number 1 for Bosson's Bliss Esports.
One of the fastest game para sa ating series ngayon, mga kaibigan. Bosson's Bliss Esports with that Fanny pick. Surprise last pick for the Fanny. Caught Imperial